Hey everyone, GameChanger77 here, and welcome back to another build video. And today I'll be showing you how to turn a regular TV into a smart TV. This is very easy and pretty quick actually, and also very cheap. So let's get on with the video. So in order to make this build, all you need is a Raspberry Pi and a TV. So for the Raspberry Pi, it's a small microcomputer that only costs about 20 or 30 bucks, and it requires an SD card or a micro SD card, and you need to put the Raspbian stretch image on that. Link will probably be in the description below. You can buy an micro SD card with the Raspbian stretch image on it already, but it's actually pretty easy to do. So yeah, I won't be going in depth on that in this video, but you will need a micro SD card reader. Usually when you buy a micro SD card, it comes with a adapter so it can fit into a normal SD card slot. So then for the Pi, you need to plug it into a power source, so a USB to a micro USB cable should do the trick. You probably have one lying around. It's basically a phone charger, except the slightly older version because they made a new one which is non-directional. But yeah, you also need an HDMI cable to plug the Pi into the TV. So let's move on to the next step, which is enabling VNC viewer on the Raspberry Pi. In order to enable VNC viewer on your Pi, you need to plug in a keyboard and a mouse temporarily, and then you can log into it and it will boot up to this screen. And then from here you just need to click on the Raspberry Pi up in the corner, and then go down to Preferences, Raspberry Pi Configuration, and click on that. And then you go up to the tabs on the top and click Interfaces, and then here there's a bunch of different options. SSH is a useful one, so you might want to enable that, but that's for more of a text sort of remote option. So that way it's like ran from the command line if you like that sort of thing. But we're gonna enable the VNC option here. It will be disabled at first, so you just need to go and click enable on the VNC one right here. And then once you have that done, you have VNC enabled, and you can then download VNC viewer onto your normal computer, your desktop or laptop, and then you can remote access into your Pi anytime, and then you don't have to plug a keyboard or mouse into your Pi in order to use it, because it will just use whatever your computer's Pi is, or not your computer's Pi, your computer's keyboard or mouse. So now that you have VNC enabled, you can remote access from your computer into your Pi, like I had just mentioned, and you can start using it for actually cool stuff like programming. And the Raspberry Pi is built a lot for programming in Python. So here I have a Python script. So this script here basically allows you to use the Pi as a remote. You can also modify this your own, like by yourself, very easily, and yeah, you can make it do whatever it is that you want. So right now it will let's just show you. So right now it brings up this little screen when you run it, and also this Thonny Python editor here is it comes with the Pi, so you don't have to worry about like downloading it or anything. It's already there. But when you run the code, it opens up this little window, and all in this little panel are Google, YouTube, Facebook, and then the close button. And you can add more to this. You can make it as big as you want. That makes it look really weird, but like when you add more buttons to it, it will get bigger, and if you were to take away buttons, it would get smaller. So then if you click on one of these, like YouTube for instance, then it pulls up your Internet Explorer, which or web browser, not Internet Explorer, which also comes default with Pi, the Raspbian image, and it will pull up the YouTube. So as you can see, it has brought up my channel page because that's what I set the YouTube to be. Whoops, I didn't mean to click on that. This here is my latest video. Also, you can pull up more stuff like Facebook. And yeah, as you can see, you now have a smart remote. So you can add stuff to this very easily, and I will show you how to do that like right now. So in order to add more buttons to the smart remote, you just need to go to the file where it is located. You'll have to download this. This is in the description. So and then you just click it, or double click it, and select open. And you just give it a moment. So then it opens up this, which is Thonny, which is a Python editor. And as I mentioned earlier, this is a default for the Raspbian image. And in here you have a bunch of code, yeah. And this section here is the section with the URLs. In fact, I'll even add that in. So this here is basically the link to the website where you want to go. And to add a new one, you would just copy like one of these lines, change the name here, and then change the name, or change the link here. You'll probably just copy and paste it from your browser. And then don't worry about this at all. Oops. So just don't change that. And then you will come down here and this is for each button that you make. You would add a line of this or that, and then you just change it to be the URL and the name that you want. And then you would come down here and you would copy and paste one of these. Oops, that wasn't right. You copy and paste this, and then you would have you just change this here. So let's say you want to open, like, I don't know, just open app, and then you would just change the URL here to app URL. In fact, I'll even add one up here called app URL. So you can just copy and paste the app URL and just change wherever it says app URL to the name of the app that you want to go to, and then change the URL. So inside of here it'd be https app.com. So then you can just change this to be whatever you want it to be. And then down here, actually I'll put a helpful little comment. Functions for each app, because this here is called a function in a Python, and yeah, you just need to make another one and have it be at the app URL and call it open in the name of the app. And then you would come down here to the button creation. This is where it creates the buttons. And then here you would just copy a line. It's not letting me. There we go. And then you just call this here app button or something. I used like abbreviations for mine, so like YouTube and Facebook and Google, some app button. And then all you have to do after that is just change the command from open Google to open app. And this name here is actually the name of the function, so it'll be what this here is. So open Google, open Google, open Facebook, and you have to have the capitalization correct. And then you change the text here to be app. And this here, it doesn't matter what you change it to, you just want, like, this here is a text that will display on the button. So where it says Google on the button, or where it says YouTube, that's this text here. So you just change it to the app that you want, and then you just type that in. And then down here you pack the buttons, which basically just has to do with putting them on the screen in a nice and orderly fashion. But for this, and the order of this matters, so the ones at the top will get further up on the remote. So like when you run this, also the app that we have isn't there, but I probably have to save it first. But like Google is above YouTube because we put it like that here. So if you want your apps and the buttons to be in a particular order, then you would just have them in a particular order here. And then you just come down before the close button, because I want my close button to be on the bottom. So the app button would have to go above it. You just go app button dot pack. And you can even copy and paste that from the previous line. And this is app button because this here's app button. So when you change the name of this, you would have to change it down here. And when you change this, you would have to change it here. And this here would have to be changed to match this here. And this here would be whatever you want the URL of the website to be. I made this as simple as possible, but it probably still seems kind of confusing at first, so you just have to just do it a few times. Just look at the examples here for like Facebook and YouTube, and you can probably figure it out. And then since you have this packed, this is the end. Just don't worry about the main loop. That just makes it so it renders the buttons properly. So now, as you can see, I saved this, and I now have an app. And if I click on it, it will just go to app.com, which is probably not a real website. Huh. Well. Apparently it is a real website. Alright, so yeah, there we go. You can click close, and this here will be random website, or like insert website. And then you can just change all the where it says app buttons and stuff to be whatever you want it to. You can add as many buttons as you want. So there you have it. You now can open up another one, and yeah, that's cool. So again, the link for this will be in the description below, and I will have the app button stuff there. It's like the stuff I just did here. That will be there in the description as well. So let's move on to the part where we create the remote for the smart TV, because every smart TV needs a remote, but this one is an awesome remote because it's a touch screen and it is on your phone. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is go to the App Store if you're on an iPhone, or Google Play Store on a Samsung device, and then you're going to search for VNC Viewer or Remote Desktop like this, and then you download that. I already have it, so just open it up, and then you'll add a device with the IP address of your Pi. So as you can see, that is the IP address of my Pi there. And if you want to turn on the touch screen, you'll just click that mouse and select touch screen down there. And anyways, you just connect to it. It should be pretty easy and self-explanatory. If not, just leave a comment and I'll try to get back to you and help you out. And then you just go and run your smart remote Python script, and that there will bring up the Thonny editor. And yeah, the aspect ratio is weird here, but that's because it's a phone. But basically, then you just have your remote here and you can click on the buttons. So there you have it. That is how you make a smart TV with just a Raspberry Pi and a phone, and obviously a TV, because that's pretty important. So that is all for this video. If you did enjoy, then please leave a like and subscribe for more awesome videos like this, and comment down below what weird thing you would like me to make next. And I mean, it doesn't have to be weird, but if you want to, it can. And yeah, just feel free to comment, and I'll most likely make it. I don't get many suggestions, so bye.